Hello and welcome back to my bug monotype of Pokemon Expert Emerald. In the last episode we were finishing off the trainers along routes 132 to 134, I believe. Those are the routes. The routes down here, what are they? 132 to 134, yep. And then we reached Evergrande, we reached the Victory Road and we defeated Wally in the final battle here in Victory Road. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start finishing off these ace trainers, the last few trainers that we have around this area. And then once we've finished off all of the trainers around here, we're hopefully going to be able to... Owie, do outspeed still, even though he's at +1, which is good. Fire Punch is going to come in and he's so close to getting that kill. It's going to full restore, but we're going to be able to Fire Punch again. And this time we do get the kill, which is really good. We kind of needed it. So yeah, we're just going to sort of hang around here. That's a bulky X-Cloud. I need to remember that just because I can hit super effectively doesn't always mean it will take it out. But yeah, no, so yeah, we're just going to head around here, do all the trainers that we haven't done yet in Victory Road, and then depending on what level we end up at, I may well end up just grinding a little bit before we take on the Elite Four, because we certainly don't want to lose, and the best way to prevent yourself from losing is obviously just to... the best way for us to not lose is to... Oh, you're kidding me. Sorry about this. Yeah, let's take you out. I was going to say, probably should take you out from there. Don't know. Yes, wow. And thankfully, it looks like these aren't going to be... The Pokemon around here are not actually the worst type for us to actually grind up some levels on, which is good. And there's a Max Elixir, so yeah, definitely worth actually grabbing that. Just going to quickly pop back to the Pokemon Center. I think it is important just to have an HM Slate. I seem to remember there might be a surf section in this Victory Road. Again, I don't remember this Victory Road too well, and so... But we'll see. We shall see indeed. So bag. We want to go to our Max Repels. We are running out of them very quickly. So, we're going to zip around here. There's Wally. We just defeated that trainer just there, and we're going to move on. And really, Flash. Honestly, you're going to make me need Flash. That's just... Okay, so we need Strength, and we need Flash. Joy of Joys. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is what we're meant to do there. Well, the issue with needing both Strength and Flash is that obviously I would need to otherwise find a Pokemon that knows... And Rock Smash, okay, so wonderful. Multiple... Might be a lot easier if I just bring up a map of the area. Okay, so another trainer battle. Well, obviously Sableye is, has no weaknesses. And we land an area later, which is good. We snap out the confusion, we get burned. But there we go, down you go. More while, we'll go into our Heracross. And of course we get, we were actually carrying a White Herb. I did not realise that we were carrying a White Herb, but anyway. Okay, so we can head down. Let's just see what was up from this ace trainer. Okay, we've got more strength puzzles. Okay, so we can't actually do anything now, which means that we probably made a mistake there. And Flash was just the one thing that I really didn't want to have to need to use. I can understand other ones, but Flash is just annoying. And we're down even further. There's another trainer. And a path up to there, which leads nowhere. So, we've got another trainer here. Ace Trainer Julie has a Furret. We can aerial ace. It looks absolutely nothing. So we're going to rest. That is fine by me. Give me a perfect chance to cross drop. And you've got a Linoon, so impressive to get all the way to the Elite Four with just a Furret and a Furret and a Linoon. Like, show some respect for that. So yes, we do need surf. Sorry, looks like we do need surf in order to get through this. So we can head up there. And we can grab an item. TM29 for Psychic. But obviously all the Pokemon I think that we want to learn Psychic have already learned it in our team, which is really good. Being primarily Beautifly, I don't think anyone else we really want or need to learn Psychic, so that's fine. We have another trainer. Heracross, Thunder, Earthquake, and a Sudowoodo will stay in, and we will Earthquake again. Ouch! A tough little kid is from Petalburg City, so obviously he's talking about Wally, I believe. So, anyway, we've dropped down here. We have to get all the way back up. I might end up doing the remaining battles in this section off screen just because it's going to be frustrating otherwise. You know, because obviously it's going to be frustrating just to have to. Oh, you're kidding me that we need Waterfall. Need Waterfall as well. So. Okay, we can cross over here. Where does this lead us? There's another trainer. There's a double battle actually. Let's do this double battle. We've got Ace Trainer Diane and Felix. That Lantern's going to be annoying. We'll Aerial Ace the Medicam, and we will Medicham, another Shadow Baller as well, because that'll be super effective. And of course you're going to actually protect yourself from both of my things. And you're going to Tail Glow. That's not good. Very much not good. Oh, you're kidding me! Got two. Can't believe you got two in a row. That never happens. Okay, well, I'm EQing, and we're going to Shadow Ball. Thank you. Unfortunately, obviously, we do take out our own Pokemon with that strategy, but nonetheless, Earthquake is important here, and we will Sword Stance. High Jump Kick. Earthquake comes in. Primeape. Okay, so with Speed Boost, we're doing okay now. So now, if I Rock Slide, and I didn't mean to Sword Stance, that was a bad idea. Because Primeape is not going to go down here. Yeah. And down goes Mudkip. That's fine. Lantern goes down. Primeape is going to just eat that up. Starmie, really? That's bad. Cross Chop's going to come in. Hydro Pump is going to come in and take me out. I think we're just going to have to keep reviving up and hope that they don't take us out. Cross Drop on my Sizzle. Hydro Pump. Wow! Focus Band comes in handy. Okay, so let's Mega Horn Starmie. And let's... do I want to heal up my Heracross or my Sizzle? Probably Heracross is better. Just to ensure that we take out that Starmie. Mega Punch is fine. Side Kick. Oof. Will we live? Good. So now, let's Hyper Potion up. Mega Kick is neutral and doesn't do that much to us. Actually, no. Yeah, Mega Horn is not very effective. Heal up once more. You miss. Let's cross chop. Goodbye. There we go, thank goodness. Okay, that was a tough battle. Anyway. Well, I think I actually... more like I played it badly, but... we have to use Waterfall as well, that's going to be so frustrating. There we go, good. Across here. Another trainer. Ace Trainer Caroline has a Skarmory, so we will Thunder Punch you. They will Fire Punch you. And we get the burn, which is really nice. So let's Thunder Punch this time, and down you go. Sweet. Okay, so you've got a Manectric. We'll go into Armaldo. And we'll Earthquake. Ouch. Tank that. And a Camerupt. Eruption. I probably could have... well, I couldn't really stay in with Armaldo just because the paralysis obviously lowers my speed, and I'm already slow. Like, if... I reckon it would be close between whether I'd actually be slower than... whether I would actually be slower than... because I know that Camerupt is very slow. So, I don't know whether we would actually sort of be faster than Camerupt naturally. I'd like to think so. Okay, looks like we can actually avoid needing to use Waterfall by coming up here, which is good. So I think that's where the Waterfall is. Oh, we can fall down using... oh, really? What? So we can fall down, but we can't climb with Waterfall. Well, that's really pointless. Okay, well, how do we get back up there? That's the question. Back to my Max Repels. Because it was... yeah, it was up here. And then... oh, another trainer. Okay, so we haven't actually been to this area. Anyway, so you've got a Farfetch'd, which in this game is flying fighting. So much like a Horlucha. I didn't see what was coming in. Absol. Heracross. Goodbye. I wonder whether Absol's had a major change in terms of its... just because, obviously beforehand its distribution of things wasn't actually particularly good for itself. Let's go to Scizor here. Reflect, Meteor Mash, still super effective, and we get the boost to attack, and we get the boost to speed. Goodbye, Lunatone. Please be a Soul Rock. Yep. Meteor Mash at +1 takes you out. We even get the second boost. Cool, okay, so that was a good battle. Worked out rather nicely. So, where on earth are we? We've got another trainer, so we found lots of trainers. Let's just Aerial Ace you. Flamethrower. But you're not sitting up Sunny Day, which is fine by me. Really? Sludge Bomb. Good. Ah. What? No way is Cast Form that strong. Land it. There we go. Good. Otherwise that... Vibrava. Don't really have anything for Vibrava. What is Dragon Ground? I guess it's only weak against... quad weak against Ice and weak against... Dragon. I guess. Okay, another route down. Okay, so where on earth am I? Why does this look familiar? It is familiar. We have already been here. Okay, so this is just a little circular route round. Okay, that's... How did we get... Okay, so... So we solved that strength puzzle, and okay, so we can escape, which is, yes, okay, good. So we can't get out of that nightmarish dark land without using Flash. So we see a Cacturn, which is a terrible Pokemon to meet on a, well, a terrible Pokemon from my opponent's perspective, against my team. And there we go, we even get a crit just to take out that Miltank. We've got a double battle. We will just quickly heal up ahead of this. Okay, so 5 between them, and we've got a Snorlax and a Machamp. So we're going to Swords Dance, and we're going to Swords Dance. Scary Face and Block. Okay. Now, you can cross-chop you, and you can Meteor Mash the Machamp. +2 Meteor Mash takes out the Machamp, Golem comes in, +2 takes out the Snorlax. In comes the Butterfree. Okay, So we want to Mega Horn the Butterfree and we'll Meteor Mash the Golem. Down goes the Golem. Scizor goes to level 74. Butterfree uses Psychic, but we live. +2 Mega Horn takes you out. In comes an Ursaring. So we'll cross chop and we will Silver Wind. And +2 Silver Wind even takes you out. Beautiful. Yep. The victory road, indeed. So, we get... Okay, we can't seem to pick that up. I don't know whether that's because our bag is full, or... I'll just, like, give this to you. Okay, well, it looks like, yeah, we just can't pick up that item for some random reason. Little glitch there. But we finally get ourselves out of Victory Road, and we are here in Evergrande City. Okay, so I'm just going to heal up. And we'll deposit in our Mudkip, and we will withdraw out. Mudkip's turned out to be a very, very good HM slave. So we've got a Beautifly here at level 75. So the question is what level do we want to get people up to? See, I can do 75 with ease. But it's whether we actually want to get people up to a higher level. So we could go 77, 78 maybe. I think we'll stick with 75, just for the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a day here, just for the moment, and we'll rejoin you when we've got our team up to full, because I do want to finish this game in this episode. So we'll just have a quick pause, and then we'll come back, and we'll be ready to take on the Elite Four and the champion. I'll see you then. Okay, so here we are, welcome back, and yes, it did not take a little bit long, because obviously I had several rare candies, I believe 7 of them, and I just managed to use all of them, and so here we are. So we have our Scizor here at level 75, holding the focus band with Swords Dance, Baton Pass, Meteor Mash, Silver Wind. We have our Dustox, level 75, with Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, Silver Wind, Light Screen. We have our Heracross, level 75, with Swords Dance, Earthquake, Mega Horn, Cross Chop. We have our Lady Ann, level 75, with Thunder Punch, Aerial Ace, Ice Beam, and Fire Punch. And we have our Mulder, level 75, with Silver Wind, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Water Pulse. And finally our Beautifly, level 75, with Aerial Ace, Stun Spore, Giga Drain, and Psychic. So let's see how we fare against these guys. So, we go here. We're going to be confirmed that we have all the badges, and so Now, the first trainer we obviously face is Sydney, and obviously Sydney is a Dark-type trainer, which means that theoretically we should have the massive advantage. So we're going to immediately swap Heracross to the front. Heracross should have a lot of fun here. So, welcome challenger, I'm Sydney of the Elite Four. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. That's good. Looking real good. Alright, you and me, let's enjoy a battle that can only be staged here in the Pokemon League. So here we go. So we have a start off with Elite Four Sydney. He's going to start off with a Mighty Enna at level 80. Okay, so we might be slightly underleveled here. Okay, so you're going to intimidate me, which means that I don't think I'm going to take you out in one hit. I'm going to Sword Stance. I think that makes a lot of sense. And you're going to Torment, which means I can't use the same move twice, right? Which is fine by me. I wasn't planning on getting a second Sword Dance up. We can Mega Horn here at +1. That takes out the Mighty Enna. And you're next going to bring in an Umbreon. Okay, yes, okay, so Tormentor still. But thankfully, we are in our Heracross. We are as Heracross here, and Heracross has this beautiful thing where both of his stabs are super effective against Dark types. And we're actually going to get a nice order here, so we can go back to Mega Horn for the Shiftry. Beautiful. Okay, for the Cacturne, we are going to have to use Cross Chop, but I think it should still be super effective. It is still super effective. We see Crawdaunt, which we can Mega Horn. This is poetry in motion, I'm not gonna lie. This is beautiful. So, Sydney's Ace is a level 83 Absol, which does use Detect to stop us from getting anything away. It is faster than us, but we managed to take it out. And there we go. With ease. Sydney, Sydney, Sydney. That was really, really good. So, the important thing that I've got to remember to do here is I've got to keep restoring PP. That's just going to be a very key point. So next, we have Phoebe, and she is the Ghost-type trainer. So, Dustox is our best bet here with Shadow Ball. We don't actually hit Ghost types super effectively in any other way, and the Ghost types that are in this game, the only other one really that are particularly effective, I mean, you've got Banette and Dusclops. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. A bit worried about this, but we'll see. So we've got Phoebe of the Elite Four. Let's see if we can put any damage, just any damage on her Pokemon. So, I do like Phoebe's design. So she's going to send out a Sableye. So what are you going to want to do? So I could go into Sizzle here and set up, which is obviously tempting. I'm going to go into Armaldo here. You've got a Nightshade, okay. Unfortunately, we don't live 2 of those. That's really annoying. We're going to Mean Look, which is actually fine by me. Mean Look only applies until the Pokemon is... you're also going to taunt me, that is also... Okay, so you would have taunted me had I stayed in. So I'm going to Earthquake here, because we know she's probably going to full Restore. Earthquake does not do a lot at all. Did you raise Defense? I should have Water Pulsed. I'm guessing you must have raised Defense, because she had a Berry. But this Sableye looks like it's really got only Nightshade. So it had, what, Taunt, Nightshade, Mean Look, and something else. Okay, we're going to bring in a Banette. So we're going to be able to go into Dustox and Shadow Ball away. We even get the Special Defense drop, which actually means nothing, because Shadow Ball is physical in this generation. All the logic there. Going to get burnt, unfortunately, which is actually going to limit the effectiveness of our Shadow Balls. And she's actually going to hit us with her own Shadow Ball. But there we go, we do manage to take out the Banette, which is really good. And we're going to save Dustox as a suicide lead on another Pokemon. So what do we want to go into now? Let's go back into Armaldo and see what you want to do next. I'm going, because, I mean, even Earthquake, because the only other Pokemon is Gengar, but even Gengar, we can't actually, okay, you have Thunderbolt. That's good, thank you, that's really good information, because that tells me I shouldn't go into either Ledian or Beautifly, as they are both weak. Heracross, both of your stabs are not super effective against Banette, so we're going to go into Sizzle, and we're going to Sword Stance. And then we're going to Meteor Mash, because Meteor Mash is neutral. And we even get the attacks boost, which is really good. So we are now at +3, and we are going to hopefully just run through the rest of her team. with our Scizor here just destroying Pokemon after Pokemon. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. And Phoebe gets absolutely destroyed. And that is the power of Speed Boost Scizor. And honestly, it's pretty broken. It is pretty damn broken in this game. So, now, I did buy a load of healing items. We have some full restores. I have a Max Revive, which is no, we're going to keep the Max Revive for in battle, because it's far more important that we are able to Max Revive someone in battle than outside of battle. See, I'm going to be sensible about this. I'm going to think everything through. Okay, so, summary. We got no Shadow Ball PP. We've got only 5 Meteor Mash PP as well. So, any Ethers... max. So, we've got Max Ether on Shadow Ball. Max Ether... I'm going to keep it for the moment. I'm going to keep it as it is. Might regret that, but... So, next trainer is obviously Glacier, and she has Ice types. So we have 3 Pokemon with particular advantage against Ice types, being Scizor, Heracross, and Armaldo, with Ledian and Beautifly both weak to Ice, and Dustox. Well, Dustox just suffers. Now, what does she usually have? She usually has, 2 Glalie, 2 Walrein, and something else. And the issue with the 2 Walrein is that means that Scizor's Meteor Mash is not super effective, so you gotta be aware of that. So I'm gonna go into Scizor with the aim of Swords Dancing and then boosting it over to Armaldo, because I reckon a Rock Slide could have a huge... Oh, that's really good actually, because Jinx resists... Jinx is neutral to both of my hits, which is good, so... Lovely kiss, and you're gonna land it as well. That's okay. Well, to be honest, I'm not too. I don't like you setting up on me. We're gonna wake up. We're gonna land the Silver Wind. That is gonna be super effective, and it's actually gonna take you out straight away. That's beautiful. Okay, so you're gonna send in the Piloswine. I'm gonna stay in. I've got to get the Swords Dance up. You're going to EQ. That's going to do a bunch. Now I'm going to Meteor Mash here, just because Rock Slide is not super effective against Piloswine. But anyway, Scizor grows to level 76. You've got to bring in the Lapras. Okay. So now, here is where... Oh, you're just going to Hydro Pump, aren't you, though? So maybe I Baton Pass to Heracross? Because obviously Hydro Pump is still super effective against... Hydro Pump is disappointingly super effective against our good friend Armaldo. So I reckon we'd probably got one-shotted there. But now we are at +2, we have lots of speed. We're going to be able to just walk through the rest of her team, it looks like. A Cloyster. All the Cloysters we've seen like using Protect. This one is no different, but it's not going to save you. And a Glalie, which is also going to Protect. And it's going to Protect again. But finally we land the Cross Chop. Goodbye. So, once more, the power of baton passing stuff off is really showing here. So, next one is Drake. And Drake is actually pretty scary. So what was that? You have 4 PP, you have only 1. So yeah, we definitely want to max Ether on you for Cross Chop. And we want to Elixir on Scizor. And then we want to heal Scizor as well. We'll heal you. Now, let's see. Do I have anything that's like... There we go, cool. Okay, so yeah, so Drake is scary. Just because The only thing that's super effective against dragons is obviously Ice and Dragon, and the only Pokemon we have for Ice is Ledian, and we can't really depend on Ledian particularly much, especially with certain... especially against water types. Like, Hydro Pump still does a bunch to us, so we've got to be careful here. Gyarados. Okay, so Gyarados is a dragon type in this generation. Got to remember that. So let's Ice Beam. Let's see how much that's going to do. That does absolutely nothing, and you're going to Dragon Dance. That is scary. No, it's not. Because Dragon and Water are both special in this generation, so I'm not actually that worried. Dragon Dance shouldn't actually boost the stats which you actually want to be boosted. Okay, so you're going to do that. So I'm going to go into Sizzle, because we resist the Hydro Pump, which is good. Going to Hydro Pump again, you do outspeed. That is not a crit, wow, okay, so that's just raw power. Oh, I forget that Ledian is actually really, like, actually has decent special bulk. I always forget that. Anyway, Hydro Pump once more. And Sizzle, for all of its brilliance, does not have good special bulk. We probably outspeed by now, but I am worried. There we go, okay, good. Silver wins the better move here, because it's no longer a flying type, which means actually it doesn't resist. Okay, so let's stay in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to baton pass this, because Salamence definitely learns Flamethrower. So I'm going to swap out to Armaldo. You're going to take the Flamethrower, should be fine. And now hopefully with our speed boosts, you outspeed, and Rock Slide should actually hopefully take you out. Ah! Okay, that should be okay. Don't take me out, don't take me out. Okay. And you get the... Okay, so you're at +2 attack. At least it wasn't a speed one. I've got to Rock Slide again, knowing that he's going to full restore. And pray that this time it takes him out. Okay, there we go. Down goes the Salamence. You're going to send in Kingdra. I think I just stay in and get off as much damage as possible. So we Silver Wind here, because that's going to be the most damage. Because I'm pretty sure does water resist? I think water resists rock. I might be wrong, but anyway. Okay, so we're going to Heracross here. Again, they're always depending on Hydro Pump, which is actually... we outspeed, which is really good. Rain Dance. Okay, now you probably have Swift Swim. Yes, you do. And Hydro Pump in the rain does not take me out. That's really good. Okay, so we're at +2. Altaria. That's like the worst Pokemon we can see here. I really want to go into Ledian and Ice Beam. What else are you going to have? Maybe a Fly. Altaria outspeeds? That's a really fast Pokemon. Okay. We're going to go into Sizzle here, and we're going to Max Potion up. We're going to Glow. Okay, so that's Sky Attack? So that's... Yes, it is Sky Attack. And that doesn't actually do as much as I thought it would. So we're at +2. Let's do that. You're going to Glow again. That's fine by me, because it gives me another turn to Swords Dance. So I'm now at +4. I could literally do this to +6, but we're not going to get greedy. Let's just Meteor Mash from now on. There we go. Down goes the Altaria, and we even get to +5 thanks to the boost from Meteor Mash. You can Meteor Mash again. Down goes the Flygon and Dragonite. So, I mean, if we had an Ice type, we could literally run through that team, because, I mean, the only thing that there is the Kingdra and the Gyarados, and both of those would be an issue. But everything else is quad weak to Ice, so we could really do some particular damage. Okay, anyway, Revives. And now, Moo Moo Milk on you. On you. Max Potion on you. We've got some Oran Berries. On you. And on you. There we go. Good. Now, let's just check our PP. Always important to check the PP. So, we're fine with you. Fine. 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 Okay, good. So we should be okay for PP. Now, I'm not going to take any risks with this, and we're going straight into Sizzle, and we're just going to boost the hell out of this. Because I don't want to lose this. And I don't want to know that if he's got something crazy that's just going to wipe the floor with me, I don't want to deal with it. So I'm just going to go into Sizzle, we're going to Sword Stance. As long as he doesn't have a fight, he doesn't lead up for the fire type, leads up. Ah, that's perfect. That's a really good Pokemon for us to see there. Because it's slow, and we get a load of boosts. We can get a load of boosts here. And he's only going to Amnesia, and Amnesia is only on the special defense side, which is, you know, fine by me. So we're going to get up to +6, because there is no point in us not. Yawn is really clever, but I can baton pass this off. Or I can stay in. And then just heal it off using an item, which I think is probably actually better. I'm going to say that whatever comes in is going to be scarier than this. Jesus. Okay, so I was not expecting that to do that much, actually. Anyway, we have a full restore here. So you're going to Hydro Pump again, which is annoying. But we can now Silver Wind you. We're at +6, that's going to take you out. Goodbye. We even get the boost, so everything is up. Okay, in comes a Machamp. So now the only thing that can really stop us is missing Meteor Mash. That could really screw us over. Interesting, Wallace does not have a pure water type team in this hack, which is actually probably better. I can imagine it would be very... God, I hate Crobat. We definitely outspeed. Come on, land this, land this. Yes, that should take you out. That should just take you out. Can't risk Silver Wind there, because obviously I'd want to use Silver Wind, because we'd want to get rid of it, but is Silver Wind super effective here, or is it just neutral? I'm tempted. Yeah, I think it's definitely neutral, at least. It's super effective, yeah, Rock doesn't resist Bug, that's great. We even get a second boost, which is amazing. So we now have... I'm so glad I boosted, because he's got his own Scizor. Imagine if we were trading boosts with this. Because we're the one at +6. Both of my hits are resisted. I'm just going to Silver Wind, because I definitely want to land the hit here. But if he's got Sword... Okay. Yeah, he's got Sword Stance. And he's got Speed Boost. So therefore... And you also have this... Oh, that is... We get so lucky there. That is our boosts. Our boosts at in full flow there. If we hadn't have got our Silver Wind boosts, we would have been in so much trouble there, because we wouldn't have lived that. And if we wouldn't have lived that, then Scizor would have gone down, and we'd have had to face a boosting Scizor at +2. And really, I'm not sure I have no idea how I'd deal with that. Final Pokemon is the Slacking. Okay. I'm just going to hit it with a Silver Wind. And +6 Silver Wind. Might not take him out, because Slacking is a bulky Pokemon. But it now has to go through its infamous issue of Truant. Well, it even gets taken out by the Sandstorm. And there we go. We defeat Champion Wallace. That was wonderful work, you were elegant, infuriatingly so, and yet it was utterly glorious. Kudos to you, Random. You are a truly noble Pokemon trainer. Oh, we get a load of money, and the Pokemon you sent into battle, at times they danced like a spring breeze, at times they struck like lightning. It was with light, yet sure-footed elegance that you led your Pokemon. Even I felt bedazzled by your masterful performance. You now stand at the glorious peak of the Pokemon League. I now proclaim you to be the new Hoenn region... And Macon, right? Here's some advice before you challenge the champion. Wait. Could it be that it's already over? I'm Professor Birch. See, what did I tell you, May? Didn't I tell you that you don't need to... something or other? Anyway, Random, you finally done it. When I heard that you defeated your own father at the Petalburg Gym, I thought perhaps you had a chance. But to think you've actually become the champion. Ah yes, what became of your Pokedex? So you've seen 194 Pokemon, and you've caught 13. I guess you're getting the hang of it, but it gets harder from here. On a nationwide basis, you've seen 371 Pokemon, and you've caught 22. Anyways, congratulations, now go proudly into the final room. Random! No, let me rephrase that properly. The new champion, come with me. I'm so sorry, but from here on, only those trainers who have become champions may enter. You'll have to wait outside with Professor Birch. Aww. I'm just joking, that's okay, that's the rule. Random, honestly, congratulations. So there we go. We enter the Champions Hall. This is where we keep records of Pokemon that prevailed through harsh battles. It is here that the League Champions are honoured. Come on, let's record your name as a trainer who triumphed over the Pokemon League, and the names of the partners who battled with you. So here we go, we succeed with our bug Monotype, which is I'm really, really happy about. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really, really happy about this. As we're gonna see the Pokemon that got us all this way. One of the funnest teams I've ever used, I will say. As we have our level 78 Scizor, our level 76 Heracross, our level 75 Dustox, our level 75 Ledian, our level 75 Armaldo, and our level 75 Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, I should say. But there we go. So unfortunately, obviously, Beautiful, Lady and Dustox, they didn't really get much of a say in those final few battles. But indeed, Scizor is so broken in this. It's like, just lead it, and then just Sword Stance up, and goodbye to everyone else. So here we go. The credits are going to roll, and I can give my final thoughts. This has honestly been, like I said, one of the most fun playthroughs I've had. The work that's been done on this hack to make certain moves more viable, and in turn make more Pokemon viable. It would be very difficult to... it would have been a very different playthrough, and it would have been a lot more... It would have been a lot tougher had I tried to do this on regular Emerald, because bug types are so unfortunate in their in what they're given in Gen 3, like they just don't have the moves. Like when your most powerful move is Mega Horn, but that's only learned by Pinsir, and then afterwards it's like Signal Beam at base 70 power and can only be learned through move tutors or something like that. Then, it's just very difficult. But with what this hack's done by boosting Silver Wind, by boosting certain moves, it's certainly not the most balanced hack in the world. I can't say that I think, I can imagine the competitive scene would be just completely ripped apart by certain Pokemon. But and certain abilities, and the fact that we obviously had that, if we didn't have that Scizor, then it would be it would have been a very different playthrough. But are these all the Pokemon we caught? I think they are. I think this is just Pokemon we've had. I was just noticing that they were replaying them, but I think this is just the Pokemon we've caught. I hadn't noticed that. And just, the various beginning stages and stuff like that. So yeah, but no, like I said, a very enjoyable thing. It's been a really nice hack to play through. I like the difficulty. One thing I can really say about this hack is that even if it might not have been the most balanced thing in the world, what it did brilliantly was it ensured that the level curve was really well balanced and really well tuned to the wild Pokemon around, which is really good. And they always gave you areas where you could grind on wild Pokemon. Because obviously I had to grind quite a lot in this, in this playthrough, mainly because I'm using bug types, and the bug types I had access to early on weren't the best. And so you obviously need to grind up in order to get advantages. But the fact is that there's so much to enjoy about it in that, it never felt like a chore to really have to grind, and that's a real triumph in my eyes. Because I know a huge number of people on YouTube, and I know a load of hacks that really struggle because you end up stuck with like massive level jumps between things and not the trainers in between to actually get you those level jumps. Whereas in this, the trainers have the right level Pokemon, and you're always like just a couple of levels below, which is pretty much where you always need to be. if you're a couple of levels below, then that always factors in for the boosts that you get from getting badges, and it also factors in like the fact that you've got smarter AI than the usual AI and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it's been a really enjoyable playthrough. I thoroughly advise anyone who's watching to go find Pokemon Expert Emerald and give it a playthrough. This isn't the end of this series, because there's, as we know, Pokemon Emerald has a hell of a lot more to say than just the normal story. There's lots of stuff afterwards, and I might well be looking at doing... I need to see if the Gym Leader rematches have had altered teams, because if they have, then we'll definitely want to fight them. And we'll also have a look at maybe having a challenge at some of the facilities at the Battle Tower. So the Battle... what's it called? The Battle Resort, or the resort where all the battle... what Scott's going to tell us when we exit. But until then, I hope you have enjoyed this series as a whole. It is a success, which is really good. That takes out my monotypes. What's that now? That's 4 and 1, I think. 4 successes and 1 loss, which is really good. I'm happy with that. Like I said, it's been a joy to play through with this team, and I hope it's been a joy to watch. But I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will join me when we start the post-game.